Here is your full, long, emotional, YouTube-ready story, smooth pacing, deep emotions, and a strong hook right from the first line. No headings, just continuous storytelling perfect for narration in a 40-minute video. People say a single moment can change everything. But no one watching that crowded lobby expected this moment to shift the heart of a man known everywhere as ice cold. If you're watching this, stay with me till the last second, because what this CEO did next will restore a little bit of your faith in humanity. And if the story moves you even a little, hit that like button and subscribe so more people can experience these emotional journeys with us. It began in the grand entrance of the Aurora Hotel, where the weekend music blasted loudly from hidden speakers. Guests chatted, luggage wheels rattled, heels tapped sharply against the marble floor, an orchestra of noise. In the middle of it all stood a little girl, no more than 8. She had big, dark eyes, silky hair clipped to one side, and a pale pink dress that didn't quite match her sneakers. Her mother held her hand, trying to guide her forward, but the girl had stopped moving. She lifted both hands to her ears, her face tightening as though the air itself was hurting her. People walked around them, some annoyed, some curious, but no one truly paying attention. No one, except him. Elias Dane, the CEO of the Aurora Corporation, had just stepped out of the private elevator, tall, poised, sharply dressed, his expression carved from stone. He was known as the cold CEO, a man who valued time over people, efficiency over emotion. At least, that's what the world believed. His assistant hurried behind him, rattling off reminders about a board meeting, deadlines, investor calls. But Elias wasn't listening. His gaze was locked on the little girl trembling in the center of the lobby. The mother tried to crouch and whisper to her, but the girl was shaking too hard to hear. The lobby music seemed to swell louder, drilling into her senses. Tears formed in her eyes, her breath became jagged, and her hands pressed harder against her ears. And then, just when it seemed she'd collapse, everything went silent. The mother looked up, startled. Guests paused mid-step. Even the staff blinked in confusion. Elias had walked to the reception desk, leaned over, and, in the calmest voice anyone had ever heard from him, simply said, "Turn it off." No explanation. No hesitation. When the speakers fell quiet, the girl slowly lowered her hands. Her shoulders relaxed. Her breathing steadied. The mother hurried to her, gently brushing away the tears that had slipped out. "It's okay, sweetheart. The noise is gone." Elias didn't move toward them. He didn't smile. He didn't even nod. He just watched, standing there like a silent guardian. And yet there was something different about his eyes, something soft, almost remembering something painful. The assistant whispered, "Sir, the board is waiting." But Elias replied, "They can wait." He began to walk toward the mother and child. The mother froze, recognizing him almost immediately. "Mr. Dane, I'm so sorry. She's sensitive to loud environments. I didn't know there would be music." "She's autistic?" Elias asked, his voice gentle, unexpectedly so. The mother nodded. "Yes. Crowded places overwhelm her. Sounds too. I try my best but..." Her voice cracked, and she swallowed hard, blinking rapidly. Elias crouched slightly, something no one had ever seen him do in public, and made sure he was at eye level with the girl. She looked at him, curious but cautious. "I turned the music down for you," he said softly. "Is it better now?" She nodded once. Her mother inhaled sharply, touched by the simple act. "Thank you. People usually stare or complain. You're the first to actually care." Elias looked away for a second, jaw tightening. People forget that kindness costs nothing. The assistant behind him stiffened, as if hearing a foreign language. The mother hesitated, then said, "I'm Mira. This is my daughter, Liana." "Liana," he repeated, glancing toward the girl again. "That's a beautiful name." Liana smiled, not a wide smile, but the small, soft kind that seemed to light up the corners of her eyes. Something shifted inside him. Elias stood, straightening his suit. "Do you have a room booked?" Mira sighed. "We were supposed to check in for an autism therapy conference upstairs, but it looks like they lost our reservation. And every other nearby hotel is full. We might just go home." Elias didn't hesitate. "No. This hotel is yours for the weekend. I'll make sure of it." Myra's eyes widened. No, we can't accept that. It's too much." "It's nothing," Elias said. "A quiet room. far from the noise. I'll have the staff prepare it immediately. His tone wasn't cold. It was firm, protective, even. Within minutes, staff rushed to accommodate them. A special room was prepared. The lighting was softened. Noise-canceling features were added. Everything was done with care. But that wasn't the end. Over the next 2 days, Elias found himself noticing Liana more than he expected. He saw how she tiptoed when she walked, how she flapped her hands when excited, how her eyes lit up when she saw the koi fish pond in the hotel garden. She didn't speak much, but when she did, her words were honest and gentle. And Mira, tired but strong, was always there, guiding her, comforting her, loving her fiercely. Elias kept his distance at first. But something about the girl reminded him of someone. A memory buried deep. A sister he once had. A sister who also covered her ears when the world became too loud. A sister he couldn't save when life took a cruel turn. The guilt had made him cold over the years. But Liana's smile began to thaw him. On the third day, Liana approached him by the koi pond, holding a tiny origami crane. She extended it slowly toward him. "For you," she whispered. He stared at the delicate paper creation, unable to form words. Then he took it gently, as if holding something sacred. Mira walked up behind her, smiling warmly. She only gives those to people she trusts. Elias swallowed hard. "I'm honored." There was a beat of silence before Mira said softly, "You know, you're not as cold as people think." "Maybe not," he admitted. "Maybe I just forgot how to be warm." Mira studied him, understanding more than he said. "You helped her. That means more than you know." He exhaled slowly. "She reminded me of someone I lost a long time ago." Mira touched his arm gently, not prying, just offering silent comfort. Liana slipped her hand into his, surprising him. And for the first time in years, he felt something melt inside his chest. By the time Mira and Liana checked out, the staff lined up to say goodbye. Liana hugged Elias tightly, a sudden, fierce hug that startled everyone. When she let go, she looked up at him and whispered, "Thank you for making the world quieter." His heart broke a little. As they walked toward the exit, Mira turned back and said, "You made a difference, Mr. Dane. Not many people take the time to understand children like her. Thank you." Elias didn't trust his voice, so he simply nodded. But the moment they left, something inside him clicked. He called his assistant. "Prepare a budget," he said. "We're starting a foundation. Autism support, sensory-friendly spaces, therapy funding. I don't care what it costs." The assistant blinked. "Sir, are you sure?" "For the first time in my life," Elias said quietly, "I'm absolutely